Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how you change a tire from let's say you get a flat on the road and you're driving around and all of a sudden you got a nail in your tire and you got to change to your spare tire. So this is my car, a 2007 RAV4, and what's happened is that I stepped while I was driving, I had a screw in my tire, so it was a bad luck and I'm in a rush. But I'm going to show you how to do it in under like 10 minutes max, how to change your tire. And if you have this equipment, which is a jack, obviously you must have a spare tire. It's usually under your trunk, or it's in a spare compartment. There's usually a spare compartment in the back, depends what vehicle you have. But if you have a service manual, it should be set there what you have or where your spare tire is located. So I'm going to show you how you're going to change to a spare tire. You need to have a lug key. That's the wrench that turns the lug nuts out. And yeah, if you don't have these things, it's going to be hard for you to change your spare tire. But I'm going to show you how I do it in under 10 minutes, and I want you guys to come along and I'll show you every step of the way. Thank you. So this is how we're gonna do it in under 5 minutes. You basically have to just take out these bolts. This is the lug nuts that hold the spare tire. So we're gonna put on my spare. I've actually never used my spare since I bought this car, but since I got a flat now, make sure you put your lugs inside so nothing is lost. And after that, see how this is? There we go. We're taking out that spare, and the plan is now to change to that one. I hope everything is clear because I'm trying to film with one man today. There we go. Oh, I think I gotta put air. But that's okay. I could just go and top up air. So now, the first thing I do before I take out a tire is I make sure I put these things, right? You gotta make sure you block the tire so it doesn't roll back, because you don't want it falling, right? Safety first. And then you have your spare ready, and the tire is right there. Okay, then this is a 21 mil because it's a RAV4. So all you gotta do is loosen it. Just make sure it's loose enough that you can do it by hand when it's lifted. So one by one, all you gotta do is just make it loose. There we go. Hope it's clear enough. I gotta make sure you guys can see everything. Yeah, there we go. Loosen each one and make sure it's just hand tight after that, right? Shouldn't take you long. Make sure they're loose. And after that, this is where it's important, right? Your lifting point. You gotta make sure you come right here. This is a lifting point. You don't want to put it somewhere funny, right? You want to put it where it is strong. If it's rusted, find a spot which is not rusted. Mine is not rusted. Still good. So I'm going to put it here. And then all you got to do is turn clockwise, and that will lift it up. You turn clockwise by hand until you make contact. Like I said, it shouldn't take a long time. Just make sure you're stable and nothing's gonna roll back. Safety first. It's important that nothing falls, because if you're in a hilly place, it's always good to be careful. So you make sure it's in between. See how that is? You make sure it's in between, like that. Now I'm just using my hands to lift it up, and after it's touching just a bit, you grab this handle, you put it in between, and then you start lifting until the tire gets off the ground. You gotta watch the vehicle now. You don't want the vehicle rolling behind, right? Because you don't want it falling. So you just want it barely off the ground. Okay, that's the plan. Yeah, it's getting off the ground. You want to do it slow and steady. See, now it's off the ground. You can tell it's off the ground or off. Now the next thing we gotta do is, there's two ways to do it. One, you can put a stand underneath, but I'm gonna be quick. The best way to do it is to put a stand underneath for your safety, but I'm quick, so I'm just gonna do it like this. There's so many ways to do it. If you're trying to be safe, it's always good to put something underneath, like a stand. That way nothing falls as you work. But I'm confident in my speed that I'll do it in like a second, like real quick. So one by one, we loosen it. Again, nothing funny movement, just smooth and easy, gentle. You know, I'm not pushing, I'm just loosening the bolts, the lugs that hold it. Take it out. Now for safety measures, I always put this thing underneath, just in case, you know, because I don't like putting the jack stand when I'm in a rush and I'm trying to go to work. So once you take it out, this is how it's going to look. See, once you take it out, see, this is how it's going to look. Then all you gotta do is match these holes to this, okay? So I hope everything is clear, honestly. And then all you gotta do is lift it up just a bit, line it up, and push it in. That's it. Once you're lined up, one by one, you put these lugs in. Okay? Let's see if it's clear enough. I hope it's clear. Let's go. You put everything that I just took out one by one. Make sure it's hand tight, right? And then you make sure it's touching. You put all of them in. I got this, which I bought from Canadian Tire. So if you get one of these, it's pretty cool because you can go like this easily. Again, we always tight clockwise, always clockwise. Now these lugs have a torque spec, right? What we're doing right now is just making sure they're snug. The torque spec usually is, if it's a Toyota, it should be like 80 foot-pounds, close. But always check your manufacturer spec. Every vehicle is different. But mine, I usually put it to 80 foot-pounds. And that way I'm safe. Now I'm just going by hand, right? That's all I got to do for this. And then all you got to do is make sure you take the tire out that you had put for safety. This is just my way. Take it out, drop it down. Hopefully I got enough air to take me to work. Okay. So I haven't used my spare in a long time, so So that you don't have this kind of situations, I recommend that every time you go for an oil change, just say, hey guys, can you also check my spare tire pressure? You know, like I'm a mechanic myself, but I rarely check. And then like problems happen like this where you get a nail in your tire and you have to change your spare, and imagine your spare is low, like 0 psi, like no air. Now you have a bigger problem. Your solution becomes a problem. So now make sure you put your things back first. Leave this. Now important part is how much to tighten this. Now because I don't want to use this bar is too much torque, it's hard to control. So what I do is I'm gonna use this. Now I'm just gonna make it tight, but not crazy tight, you know what I mean? Like it's good to take it to a shop and get it torqued. There's a spec for it. And you want to tighten it in a star pattern, right? Crisscross. Make sure it's tight, like really tight. You don't want any loose wheels on the road, right? Okay, so this is done. Next thing is we gotta put this spare tire back here. But since I'm gonna go and fix it, I'm not gonna put it back because I'm gonna go and just get it fixed at my shop where I work. So I'm just gonna put everything in the back and get it fixed. I'm just gonna go and get it fixed. Alright, it's time I put my tire in the back. Good. And everything back in the car. Actually, you have nothing hanging around. Okay, and that is how you change your tire. Okay guys, done. It is all done. Now remember, a spare tire is supposed to be as a spare. It's a temporary tire. Unless you have a full-size spare tire, every temporary tire that you put in, temporary spare tire, it's just for a meanwhile until you get the other tire repaired or replaced. You're not supposed to be driving on your spare tire for a long time because they're not supposed to cross 80 kilometers per hour. It's a donut. It's not designed to be driven all the time. It's just in case of emergency cases, okay? So yeah, thank you guys for staying with me. If you like this video, if you find it entertaining or educational, please leave a thumbs up, like, or comment something else that you would like me to do next. Thank you for watching. Eritrana